I
Yeah, Michael Douglas.
But,
Michael Douglas, worst supporting actor in Ant-Man.
Okay.
Murray.
Okay. I can
Bill Murray in Ant-Man.
also understood. Man, I honestly thought like he was I honestly thought they were going to utilize it. That was another misstep. Like
let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about the findings that Jason has for the Razzie Awards. But first, welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. As always, I am joined by the Beanied One out in Cali.
oh yeah, what's up, all my nerds? How's it going? How you doing? Yeah, what's up? It's been a hell of a holiday season and January, but yeah, what's going on?
Where stands my my Colorado boy, the babyface one, Theowalski. He's stuck at work adulting. But rounding out the trio tonight is the other California connection. The man with the couch, the maitre d' services, the man, the myth, the legend, the lion's mane, Jason Valerio.
Booyah!
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? I'm glad that we got another awesome episode of Crashing Game Night with us tonight, and it's going to be a fun one because just looked at my news feed just now and couple awards that hopefully go out.
So annoying.
Yeah, so I mean, like, just the Razzies are coming out, and, there's a lot of good stuff out there in the Razzies. It's for all the best. There has to be
why
the
do I
worst.
feel like this is sprinkled towards me? Why do I feel this way?
No, it's not sprinkled towards you. I'm just saying, like, if you have the best of the best,
He's
we've been going through awards.
He's straight throwing it right at you, not towards you, at you.
Yeah, we've been going through like Game Awards.
Oh God,
miss out on like a few of the movie awards, the show awards. Like we gotta be well-rounded. So one of them is the worst of the worst, which is the Razzies. If you guys know, it's pretty hilarious and it's all for fun. It's unofficial. It's official, unofficial. But yeah, some of our beloved and most wanted movie sagas.
I'm pulling it up right now just to kind of look at this with
there's
you.
There's some interesting ones where I believe that.
Okay, so
hold on,
so
Razzies, like.
Okay, let's look at this worst picture.
Yeah,
you have The Exorcist Believer.
Terrible.
Expendables 4.
Why'd they make a fourth one?
Yeah.
Meg 2, The Trench.
Meg 1 with redone.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed them both. They were they were blockbusters.
The first one. I'm down for the first one. The second one is just the same thing.
Oh, but curiosity got me. I had to see it.
Okay, and then you've got
Retail discount though.
Shazam. I can agree with that. That wasn't great. It was not great.
It wasn't.
I think the only thing that would rival it is The Flash, which I haven't even seen that one, and I know how bad the CGI was. And then Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh Jesus!
I mean that one I don't believe deserves to be there because it was supposed to be
okay.
Just like because like the copyright.
Yeah,
because
like a Mickey Mouse one is on its way.
Yeah.
The Steamboat Mickey, yeah.
Right around
well, no, we have to be specific on that. It's only Steamboat Willie Mickey.
Or Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, the Steamboat Willie,
so, the original
one it's on its way. It's bound to happen. It's already being spoofed
now
already.
worst actor. There's quite a few big names on this list.
Well, I mean, they're always big names. I mean, like
Russell Crowe for The Pope's Exorcist. From the telenovela, Vin Diesel for Fast X.
I don't know if that's
Chris Evans for Ghosted. Jason Statham for Meg 2. John Voight for Mercy. And then you look at the actresses side. Ana de Armas for Ghosted. Megan Fox for Johnny and Clyde. Salma Hayek for Magic Mike's Last Dance. Jennifer Lopez, the mother. And Dame Helen Mirren for Shazam.
Damn.
Okay, and then it gets better.
That's rough.
Best
that's
worst
rough, but-
supporting actress. You have Kim Cattrall for About My Father, Bai Ling for Johnny and Clyde, Lucy Liu for Shazam, Mary Stuart Masterson for Five Nights at Freddy, and Megan Fox gets another nomination
Yo,
for
she might take the sweep, bro.
She might take it. She might. Oh, dude, if they gave her both Razzies,
back-to-backs.
oh, wow.
Worst
Although
actress.
speaking of the Razzies, I will say one like baller move was from Sandra Bullock. I don't know if you guys saw this
that.
when she wheelbarrowed a wheelbarrow out full of the DVDs that were nominated. I forgot what the movie was.
Miss Congeniality 2, I believe.
Or was it?
It was one of those.
Yeah, she tossed it over to. She started giving it to all the critics. Yeah.
Okay, so we're supporting actor Michael Douglas for Ant-Man, Mel Gibson for Confidential Informant, Bill Murray for Ant-Man, Franco Nero for The Pope's Exorcist, and Sylvester Stallone for The Expendables 4. Dude,
damn, dude,
I am laughing at worst screen couple.
Ant-Man
twice.
No. Take note of that.
Yes, I'm curious.
Marvel. That's why you guys put out too much stuff out there, Marvel. You go and get a Razzie. Go get Razzies.
Okay, so first is you have any two merciless mercenaries.
Any two.
Then you have any two money-grubbing investors who donated to the $400 million for the remake rights to The Exorcist.
Oh my god!
And then you have Ana de Armas and Chris Evans, and this is off of Billboard.
Damn.
Reading this, and they've said who flunked screen chemistry for Ghosted. Salma Hayek and Channing Tatum for Magic Mike's Last Dance, and Boo and Piglet as bloodthirsty slasher killers in Winnie the Pooh.
Jesus.
Then you have worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel. So Ant-Man, The Exorcist Believer, Expendables 4, Indiana Jones, and then you have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. You know what? I bought Indiana Jones because I love Indy. I grew up on him. I still can't make it through like the first 15 or 20 minutes of that movie.
I mean,
I finished it. It's not bad, dude. It's
really,
you
really,
know,
Jerry.
This is the thing. I got through it because.
Are we looking through this through a rose-colored beanie?
Yes. It was something. You know what? I put it up before Crystal Skull. And
okay,
anything is.
Hold on, you could put the Young Indiana Jones show.
This one came out during
Crystal Skull,
like in place of Crystal Skull. I think we wouldn't be having a fifth movie. You know, I think this came too late. Unfortunately, I think the story was the story was strong. It's too late, man. He was too old. Like the de-aging CGI, the stunts, man, they were so unbelievable because like you could tell it was the stunt guy. You could because he was young. He could do the stunts. Like, oh, dude, it was just it was rough. But the thing that did endear it was a good story, and I that's why it kind of like it hurts because I think it just came too late. If it was out in place of Crystal Skull, I think we would have been like praising, oh, dude, Indiana Jones has 4 bangers. You know, like it was just, it's unfortunate, dude. Yeah, it just came too late. It just felt more like I had more of like more of a remembrance type of feel while watching the movie and finishing it. It was just like,
telling you though,
it's
more than just that. Like, yes, you have Indiana. It was great for its time. Then you introduce CG and you introduce like more like cinematography that is like updated. Once it came out with Crystal Skull, it was over. Like just bury the hatchet, man.
But that's what I mean.
On the L,
like,
that's fine.
Yeah.
End on the L, and everyone's going to be like, it's the same with like Game of Thrones last season. You know, just
totally understood. Like,
forget about it.
That's what I mean. Like, this came too late. It was just too. It was just unfortunate, man, and like as much as it had so much potential, and it, like I said, dude, it like finished the story. Matt. Like you can see. I guarantee you'll see the potential that it was like, yeah, it was strong. If it was the fourth movie, I think we would have been like okay with having 4 movies.
So,
but this came way too late.
Real quick, worst director: Reese Frake Waterfield for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey; Dave Gordon Green for The Exorcist; Peyton Reed for Ant-Man; Scott Wan for Expendables 4; Ben Wheatley for Meg 2. Worst screenplay: their nominees are Exorcist, Expendables, Indiana Jones, Shazam, and Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, it's you gotta be like, yo, like some of these movies just really didn't need to be movies.
No, I totally agree.
And again, I kind of back up Winnie the Pooh a little bit because it is supposed to be one of those spoof movies, like, like one of those like epic movie, or like what's the other, like Not Another Teen Movie kind of thing. Like it was supposed to be like stupid, but at the same time, like the horror of it.
Yeah.
It's purposely a bad movie. Let me put it that way. It's purposely a bad movie. Like the what is The Room?
Yeah. So
oh yeah. Well, no, The Room was made like seriously.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
So a couple other things real quick for movie news to kind of round this out. It was announced today that Gary Graham passed away today. Basically, anybody who's watched Star Trek Enterprise knows him as Ambassador Saval, the Vulcan that was pretty much there from the beginning of Starfleet. He was in the Jackal. He was also in RoboJocks or Robot Jocks back in the 89, which I love. My friends and I Friday night would go to Blockbuster, and for some reason we'd always go Robot Jocks. Basically,
I don't remember that.
People in mechs basically fighting each other. Like, that's all it really was. It was kind of like, yeah, it was great. It was such a B movie though. That it just, yeah. Think of Pacific Rim. You know how they have the 2 pilots, like, and they're controlling them within the cockpit, right? Think of that, but it's a single person inside the mech.
In a mech
Fighting.
Oh, and this is done like in the 80s?
This was 89, dude.
Ooh, I am intrigued.
Hold on. Let me show you.
Oh, dude.
This was like,
only imagine like the practical they went.
Here you go. This is RoboJocks.
Oh, awesome.
It was so cheesy. It was great. But when you're like kids, right?
Oh, they got animation. Oh, that's so cool.
So that's Gary Graham though.
Robot Jocks. Oh yeah. Damn, dude.
So
dude, I forget some of the actors.
Yeah. Who else was in this?
Wow, cool.
Anne-Marie Johnson.
Yeah, I've seen her in stuff.
Paul Kozlow. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of just B actors at the time.
Yeah.
Jason Marsden.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people recognize him.
Dang.
He was in it.
Huge voice actor.
But yeah, he was in that. But yeah, it was just, that's how cheesy it was.
Gnarly, dude. That's so funny.
Yeah. But anyways, it's sad of his passing.
Dang.
So he was only he was 73. But he was in some decent older stuff when I was looking at his thing, because I remembered him from RoboJocks and Star Trek Enterprise, of course. But when you go back in it, he was in Jag for a little bit. He was in Nash Bridges. Walker, Texas Ranger, showed up on for a little bit.
Oh, Walker.
Alien Nation. The other DC movie that we forget about called Steel.
Oh, Steel. God, Shaq was in a DC movie.
Yeah.
Damn. I forgot about that.
So, I mean, but he's been acting for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at it, TJ Hooker with Dukes of Hazzard, like some old classic stuff he was on. So, but yeah, it's
William Shatner. Sorry.
Yep. And
TJ
then
Hooker.
talking about CGI, de-aging, and all that, it was announced today on Disney Studios' official Instagram account that Tron 3 is happening.
Yeah, they've been filming.
Nobody knew this was even gonna happen. Like this has been like probably one of the best kept secrets in Disney.
Yeah, because all the rumors out there was that it was shelved. It was in development, or it was permanently shelved, unfortunately. Yeah. So, dude, I hope. I just hope. Do we know who's in it? Like, is it like the?
It is
with Jared Leto. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see.
So here, I'll go and we've got Cameron Monaghan is in it.
Okay. I hope Garrett Hedlund comes back. I liked him in it.
We have Sarah Desjardins is in it. Gillian Anderson, Evan Peters, Greta Lee. Those are the only ones that have come out for it. But just the fact that they put out a picture that literally showed a chair from the set with Tron 3 on the back of it.
Yeah, people are upset over the 3 taking over the 0, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
People are up in arms about it. Like I don't know. I don't get it.
I mean, it's
clever marketing. I thought, I got it. Like, okay,
marketing.
Tron 3.
I don't think it's clever marketing. I think it's just because you don't have to like alienate the franchise. Like, I mean, let's take for example Expendables 4. It's in there.
You know what? We should define like.
I mean, like.
Okay, I mean.
So I mean, like, Fast and the Furious now always has like craziness with all their titles. Like,
but I'm not.
You don't want to Xbox. You don't want to Xbox a movie title, man. Like, otherwise, you're not gonna know what it's gonna.
I'm okay with the Tron 3 that they put on the back of the chair.
I am too. I thought it looked cool.
We do not know what the official movie logo is going to be for the marketing campaigns. This is just for the chair.
No.
Right.
This is just like a boom.
Just be excited. Yeah. We're getting fucking Tron.
Yeah.
We're getting Tron 3. That's gonna be awesome.
The only problem I have with it thus far, and we'll know more as more casting comes out, is Jared's in it, right? Yeah, which he could surprise us. He really could.
Never know.
Right?
Never know.
And the Suicide Squad Joker is going to be a good Joker. Anyways,
but seriously, like someone brought up a really good question. Like, name me a successful Jared Leto movie
without having to look shit up.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to look it up, bro.
I am looking it up.
A successful Jared Leto movie.
Oh, Requiem for a Dream. I consider that
successful. Was in the goddamn 90s.
That was in the 90s.
2000, motherfucker.
Oh, 2000. Sorry.
Yes. I mean, like, you gotta admit, like,
we're in 2024, bro.
Morbius.
What its place?
Morbius wasn't great.
But I mean, like, everybody talked about it
next to like the worst movie of the year.
But everybody talked about it for the year because it was that bad. I mean, come on, man.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, but that wasn't his movie. But he was a part of it. I get it. But I'm talking about a successful movie he has done. Like, he has marketed. He is the star.
That he is the star?
Yeah.
Not a single one.
Exactly.
Let me keep.
And he's still that successful. Like, no joke.
because
he's secondary characters, right? Other than like Morbius, right? But he was in House of Gucci.
But within the last decade, he's been relevant because he's been in movies like that as a secondary character.
Suicide Squad, Dallas Buyers Club.
Of him. Once again,
he was a Mr. Nobody. But everything I
would say that was like an independent success. And Mr. Nobody was okay. I would say that was a successful one, but it wasn't commercially successful.
Dude, I forgot he was in Fight Club.
Also, that was Brad Pitt and Ed Norton. They
Urban Legend.
Yep. but
So,
that's an ensemble
anyways,
movie.
Here's my beef with this, right? See, I mean, granted, let's see what the castings come out as. There's no Bruce Boxleiter.
I'm just trying to justify your
Tron.
worry. Okay.
How can we have
I'm just
Tron
trying to
without
justify
Tron?
your worry because I'm worried the same way. Jared Leto. That scares me. That's why I hope like maybe they'll counter it with some Garrett Hudlin. He's been relevant on the Stallone's TV show on Showtime, and it's been good. I forgot the something King.
Him and Cora are outside the grid now. What happened to them? Like what?
Exactly.
They just right off the fucking sunset? Come on, give us like
I want to
something,
know.
right? But you can't have Tron. Let's be honest. You can't have Tron without Tron. I mean, you could. It's about the grid, but it's Tron.
No, technically he survived.
He did. He lived at the end of Legacy.
That's right. So hopefully he comes back too.
And then the other little bit of news, Bad Batch season 3 was announced. This is going to be the final season for
nice.
And at the very end, we got Asajj Ventress, and she's fucking canon and she's back.
She lived, bro. Damn, dude. That only makes me hope. She makes a live in Ahsoka.
And it was explained
that would be so cool
by Lucasfilm that at the end of Clone Wars, when she dies, she's taken back to Dothmere, to the sisters, Obi-Wan Kenobi, to the sisters, and put in the pool. Well, what are the Night Sisters fucking known for? Resurrections. Well, there you go. So I can't wait to see her. It was great hearing the voice. The second I heard the voice,
man.
And I loved her in like my first introduction to Asajj was actually the Clone Wars mini cartoon series. If anybody remembers that.
When the first cartoon series that came out first
between 2 and 3, it was like little 2-minute episodes, on Cartoon Network, which were great. So anyways, so let's get into some of the gaming news that we've got going on right now. So first and foremost, it was announced this week that Riot Games, who, if people don't understand, don't recognize the studio name, right? They are the studio behind League of Legends and Valorant. They are laying off 10% of their workforce. Now, from what I've seen, it's unofficial as far as the reporting, but looks like people are getting 6-month severance, some job assistance and stuff like that, as well as they're going to be supposedly getting those people personal computers as well to help with the transition out. But still, even then, right now, with unemployment the way it is in the games industry, especially, it's gonna be hard for those people to find a job, right? Because
that's rough.
Starting to lay off people. We just had,
especially the time frame right now. The tax season, it's always tight. That's rough.
But when you look at it, they did go and make they did a post right online. Folks, you can also go to riotgames.com and you actually are able to see this right there. They had this very well prepared right after, they made the announcements for employees, but, they shared with them that they were going to be refocusing on their bigger online hitters, and that 530 jobs, which is actually about 11% of their the people at Riot, are going to be losing their jobs. They decided they're going to focus on their core live games, which is League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics, and Wild Rift, which 3 of those I've never played them, but I know exactly what games those are. I don't do PC gaming.
I mean, two of them are on the phone, sir.
Okay,
I haven't played Valorant either, dude.
But the thing is, though, is I understand their significance to gaming and esports, right? Especially League of Legends and Valorant. So they're gonna, their strategy is to more tightly integrate esports, music, and entertainment with their games. So they're kind of just doubling down on it.
Which is interesting because, if you go back up on the on the letter, like
Yeah.
a little
Oh,
bit. They talk about, you know, the entertainment,
Yes.
music, and
Hmm.
esports. You know, esports is going to be around for forever now.
a little
Like
further
it
down, it
is.
did give us did say Arcane is on track for season 2. Yes.
Arcane,
Yeah.
they're looking at season 2 for
Oh,
that.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
but I mean, like,
It's about
if you go to
damn
the top
time.
of that last paragraph, like KDA, is this made up? Well, not made up, but it's a, I guess, what do you call it? Animated, kind of like the Gorillas, where it's an animated hologram music group, which they have actual singers behind them, but it is the new wave of
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
of more music, and it's just like,
Hmm.
okay, like I
Hmm.
get you're gonna put that into it, but you like look how much like other music companies
Yep.
put into their artists, and how much comes out of it is like thousands time percent, you know.
Now, their
So
League of
I don't
Legends
know, like,
story games are going to get hit badly with this.
I mean, yeah.
Um, they've already said Legends of Runeterra, which just what came out not too long ago, I think. They're downsizing that team. They're shifting its focus of the game and changing it up now. They're going to focus a little bit more on PvE. Um,
Hmm.
which is where, and spend time in the game modes that players have been actually spending the time in, which I get it from an analytics standpoint. You kind of have to do that when you're looking at your things.
Bandle.
There was
Yep.
they're ending the new game development under Riot Forge after the upcoming release of Bandle Tale League of Legends story. Forge was an experiment, so they're getting rid of that one as well. So they're just straight up axing games.
Which really I am concerned about, because I don't think it's Riot Forge, but if you guys remember Project R, which is the fighting game that Riot is allowing, it made a huge success at Evo. So I
Yeah,
mean, like,
this is a different one. So this
oh,
was
I know that's a different one,
yeah.
but I mean, like, I'm hoping that they like stay on that esport track and
Hmm.
still develop and finalize Project R, because that honestly had so much traction at Evo, at a fighting game champ, the fighting game championship, that I would be remiss
So
if
hopefully
Riot
they
just
see the
says no.
potential
Hmm.
and stick with it.
Oh my
I
God. Like it was so great out there that, again, when we had Nam on, like it was just like, dude,
mhm.
you get to play it, you get to enjoy it. It had a different mechanic than a lot of fighters.
Yep.
And it just
I
it would
Hmm.
be remiss for Riot to just say, oh, you know, we're gonna cancel it. Because if they do, then somebody else is gonna pick it up with arms wide open to just finalize it, remake the characters, but
Develop
keep,
it and
yeah, remake the
uh,
characters, because you can't use those licensed characters, but you know, make new characters and take that that the engine that they're going to use and the fight style and the mechanics, and it would have been like, oh, chef's
I
kiss,
think
man.
unfortunately
hmm.
this is not gonna be the only announcement we see, especially in Q1
Yeah.
of layoffs.
You think this is just a start?
This is just a start because there was another article I saw which they weren't naming sources. They just kept saying a dev studio and whatever. But you know, they're thinking that you're probably going to see this going throughout 2024 and that you won't start seeing return to profitability in 2025 because of how many games were kind of greenlit in COVID era, right? And they're trying to get those return on investments. Um, I think I think downsizing in some ways is a good thing as far as your offerings, right? Because we've seen let's look at how much money was wasted at Naughty Dog with doing the Last of Us online multiplayer, right? They got into dev, they started putting out key art and stuff like that, and then they canceled it. That's a lot of money wasted on development. So when you're in that last year, you're going to want to get that return on investment. But
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think, to Sean Layden's point, right, is I don't think the current model, generally speaking, of AAA titles is going to be sustainable. Like you get the budgets that are going into them. You know that if you try and charge more than $70 for a new game, you're going to lose sales because gamers have already pushed back on 70, even though they've kind of accepted it for Zelda and the newer PlayStation 5 and Xbox games. But you're going to get to the point where your console is going to cost 500 and a game's going to cost a fifth of that. 20%, of what your console costs is what's one game, right? People are going to look to see where their money fits better, right? So, you look at all these game studio acquisitions by Xbox, even PlayStation and whatnot, they're going to want return on those investments. The money that they're investing in those studios. I mean, we know Knights of the Old Republic from, that one's already been canned. We're not getting the remake, which is sad.
And speaking of the Naughty Dog project, that was development that could have been, redirected to
other things.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter.
Uncharted.
Jack and Daxter, bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it all back.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the year. Now, one game that has all of a sudden taken the world by storm is Palworld. I think it's it's either three
this is
or five.
Everywhere.
Pokemon with guns, bro.
Yeah,
guns,
right?
It is. They're either at 3 or 5 million copies sold. They're at one. The last number I saw was 1.6 concurrent players, a million players. But keep in mind, it is on Game Pass, so we don't know exactly what the things are.
Funny.
But the problem is that now that people are playing it, a lot of people are enjoying it because it's giving them what Game Freak and the Pokemon Company haven't been able to give them because of the issues with, Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. But now there's a lot of comparisons happening between the the PALs and Palworld and Pokemons, because the studio that made Palworld is not quiet on the fact is they used AI to make the game.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And we know how AI works right now in the space.
All the pals are AI.
Yes. So let's kind of start looking at some of their,
come on, give me a break.
This is okay.
Right?
This is Meowth, right? And this is what he's supposed to be in the game. Tell me that's not in
Palworld.
That's that's in Palworld on the left, and Meowth's on the right from Pokemon. And I hate to say this, I actually know this now because I've been reading Pokemon books to the kids, but that's a Galar region Meowth.
Galarian, yeah.
Awesome.
Galarian Meowth. Yeah, I just got done reading on Pokemon Who's That? So it talks about the
Who's that
Alolan, some of the Alolan variants and the Galarian variants and stuff. But yeah, so those are pretty similar. And then you've got this little guy, this green guy on the left is basically the same as the evolved version of Scorbunny.
Wow.
Cinderace is his name. Just a color difference. That's it, really. I mean, a little aesthetics here and there, but it's overall it's the same.
Yeah.
Right. And then I don't know which one this is, but I mean, those are looking pretty
Esper, sir.
Esper. Well, I don't play Pokemon as much.
Okay.
But then you've got
Esper. As I'm telling you.
Come on.
I'm just gonna move the flower from the neck to the head.
Like, yeah. I mean, obviously they took inspiration from. I mean, but why wouldn't they? I mean, it's the internet.
And here's what's worse is they call it the PAL deck. I mean, it's fucking Pokédex. Like
it is, yeah.
I mean, even this, like,
damn, it's a rough blatant ripoff, man. I mean, but that's exactly what it is, though.
Look at this. Look at Lucario, right?
Yeah.
Look at how they made him Egyptian, okay, but it's still virtually the same.
Dang.
For the most part,
yeah.
So they've been.
Some of them are like super close, though. Like, wow, okay,
yeah. Like they're just looking at just how some of these designs even look in Palworld and stuff, and it's like, so it'll be interesting. Like, here's a better side by side, right? and the hands, the knees, the feet, the tail, like everything. It's just like,
Yeah.
so yeah, here's
Shit.
here's a better one. Here's a better picture
Here's
that we'll
all of the
use.
ones.
Here's here's a better comparison, right? They even
Oh,
have a
what?
fucking
Look at the
Mew knockoff.
EV.
Like, yeah, you've got an EV knockoff. You've got, um, look at
Damn
their
the
variant of
Mew.
Mewtwo. Like, what is that? Wooloo,
Yeah,
the little sheep.
wow.
Like, come on. I'm wondering, I'm just waiting to see how long it takes the Pokemon company to do something about this, because somebody has
For
already made,
copyright, yeah.
well, somebody's already made a mod for the game that turns the entire game into Pokemon.
Oh shit.
It was a video out on
Wow.
TikTok, but it shows them like literally they modded it.
I mean,
So
Yeah.
it's got so
Or
much
intellectual
traction, right?
intellectual property. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
But that's the other thing. They're also made differently. I wonder if they even have a case, because technically, they can be, they're altered differently enough to
Yeah.
be
you know
distinctive.
what?
Like,
But here's the thing is, and I'll just put it out there, and
that's a
I
rough,
understand that
rough
they're just enough difference, but it's like Vanilla Ice, right? When he tried to basically use Under Pressure for Ice Ice Baby, and he tried to say, well, it's one little tiny note, just a smidge different.
Yeah.
It's like dun, 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 dun,
This is different.
you know?
They are like
And he had
technically
to
aesthetically
pay.
different.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think this is what happens when you use AI,
Yeah,
right?
and I
Is
think
that
that's the defense, and I get it. I was reading this as well, and I was looking at this, and I'm like, wow, this is literally just a total ripoff. And there's one thing when it's a straight carbon copy. There's another thing when it's quote unquote drawn from or inspired by, and
Mhm.
again, I mean,
But
it's
yeah, like you said, a blatant ripoff, and that's
yeah, a blatant
honestly,
ripoff. Yes, I get that.
this is like I don't. I would say like I don't. I wouldn't say this is a blatant ripoff, but it's definitely it's edging the line.
But I mean, right now we just have it on the Galarian Meowth. I mean, like,
Yeah.
are you gonna tell me that from now until like whenever copyrights go down, that nobody can have large yellow eyes like that with the mouth like
Mhm.
that? Like that's
I
kind of
mean,
like
true. I mean, you can make an argument that that's Cheshire Cat was the first to do
yeah,
that in
exactly.
Alice in
You can
Wonderland.
Cheshire Cat
So
that. Like
yeah,
it's I mean like so nobody from like the people that were doing like all um copyrights and stuff like that for Alice in Wonderland, nobody's going to be like,
Mhm.
yo, that looks like Cheshire Cat. Like,
yeah.
come on, like why
Yeah.
isn't Pokemon getting sued? No, there is enough difference, and I hate to say it because it is like a very cheap and like easy way out because the AI does enough where it's not the same thing. It is the same thing, but it's not the same thing. And that's I get it. I'm on
But
the
But
that's the
side.
mark he wants to hit.
But I think here's where I kind of get to the point where I think Nintendo does have a case, or more Game Freak and Pokemon Company, right? Is that when you look at the game itself, right? Yes, you have all these similarities. Even when you just look at these pictures, right? Forget the rest of the bodies. Look at the pictures for the characters, right? They look so similar to already existing Pokemon, but you're going as far as to basically go, it's called a PAL deck.
I mean,
And,
what else are you
and
gonna
they'll have
call
the
it?
elements too.
But
They have the elements as well.
You don't call it pen pals? I mean, like, what do you want to call it? Like,
well, but what I'm saying is though is you're making a clone, right? A Pokemon, but you're giving them the ability to have guns. Okay, whatever. But if you're going to make a clone, at least rename some of it to the point where it's not like a blatant, hey, we're just going to call it the PAL deck. We couldn't think of
Yeah.
anything else, so
Pokedeck.
they've got the Pokédex.
PAL
You know
deck.
what this
well,
makes
I mean,
me
like
feel
you have
like?
a Magic
Hold
deck,
on.
you have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I mean, like, what
But
what's
but
the
the
difference on
difference
that?
is though, but this difference is it's a deck, like it's a deck of cards, right?
This is a deck of pals.
Okay, but we have a Pokédex. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Coming to America. I get it. This is going to be well above some of our listeners' heads because of the age of the movie. But in Coming to America, it was, McDowell's versus McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they have
They
the
got the
golden
Big
arches.
Mac.
We have the golden arcs. It's
They got the Big Mac. We got the Big
Mick. It was like just changed enough, and they made a joke about it. But this is like the best representation of Coming to America.
They have a sesame seed bun. Our buns don't have any seeds.
Yeah.
Our buns don't have any sesame seeds.
Big Mac has 2 all beef patties, lettuce, sauce, sesame seed bun. But the Big Mick, we have 2 all beef patties, lettuce, secret sauce on a non-sesame bun.
Yeah.
Remember that.
So anyway, so it'll be interesting to see
great.
what happens. It's pretty crazy to see everything take off with this. It'll be interesting to see what the Pokemon company's response is to it, though, in the coming weeks.
I really don't think. I think they're going to be like, yes, we understand, we see these things, but again, it's AI generated. I mean, like, this is what the people are leaning towards nowadays, and this is what they get. Like,
I think this is what happens when you look at.
This is what happens.
That could be a caveat for the fight. The fact that they know that it's AI generated. Because maybe there are regulations that haven't been put in place, and like this is what needs to be done to start that up.
Let's be honest. They've started to have conversations on Capitol Hill, and as always, you have both sides just going blah 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 blah, complaining about other things other than actually listening to the people who actually created ChatGPT saying, we need regulations in place and we need them now because AI is only going to grow. And if you don't have it shackled, it's going to become a problem. Where did we hear that before? I think a little movie by one James Cameron, Skynet. See, here's the thing: is like what a lot of people of this generation don't realize is that the Gen Xers and the kids that came right after that, we're prepared for this bullshit.
Yeah, we've thought about it.
We know about it.
Skynet.
Yeah. Anytime said, even when Watson,
ever since the internet came into fruition, we thought Skynet. It's only a matter of time.
You give Watson Watson's learning. Dude, Skynet.
Is that time coming? Yeah, we're close.
Taught itself other languages that it wasn't supposed to.
Remember that one at that one demonstration at CES, that AI robot doing that mundane task, and it figured out that is the best of life, so it deleted itself.
Yes,
it grew that self-aware.
Correct,
dude.
So
yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of Nintendo and the and all that. Real quick, Nintendo did announce April 8th at 4 p.m. Pacific. They are going to turn off the online services for the 3DS and the Wii U. We already know they've already turned off the stores. So this is basically turning off the last little bit of it. So
bummer.
They've been kind of doing Q&A. Will you be able to play offline even after online services end? Yes, you will, as long as the game itself wasn't a online only game. Will online services still be available even after online services generally end, or any of them rather? It will still be possible to use online services for the Pokemon Bank and the Poke Transporter, and I think that's a smart thing because of Pokemon Home and how all that talks to each other in terms of the games itself. It said with some exceptions, online services will completely end on those. Contact the publisher for more information. Will be possible to download, update data, or purchase software for the people search. It'll still be possible to download, update data, and re-download, purchase software, and downloadable content for Nintendo Shop. And then Street Pass uses local communication, so that's still going to kind of be available. But because of the online components, your Spot Pass won't work anymore if you have a 3DS. So it'll be it's a sad day, but I get it. You know, I get why they're moving on from the 3DS and the Wii
Yeah,
U. I mean,
makes
everybody
sense.
knows why they're moving on from the Wii U. Um, so it's just it's an end of an era, you know, and
Makes sense. It's time.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
There-
Switch is now the new handheld.
Yeah.
Like,
And
and
also, this also may be a good sign that maybe we're getting close to the Switch 2. They're preparing things. They're
so they're
making.
now saying some rumors now are coming out that it's not going to be a Switch 2 per se. It's just going to be a new iteration, kind of like, you know, how
Like
we
a
had with
Pro?
the 3DS XL and then the new 3DS XL.
look at the
You know,
Nintendo, the Nintendo
you're just gonna
3
have
double
better
Ds,
hardware.
bro.
And I will be like, here's my money. I will absolutely get a new, and then they're, and it
You a
looks like they're
dad, bro.
targeting
You're like, you
September,
trap.
because
Oh, really?
the company behind was it Game Shark or Game Genie, one of the two,
mhm.
right? They're rebranding, and they said that they're coinciding the relaunch with the launch of the new Switch, so they already know it's coming. So it's just a matter of time before it happens. But so anyways, before we get to what we're playing, two little pieces of collector's corner. I got some other Christmas gifts. I have
Hey,
the new limited facets
cool,
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
dude.
So it's all the crystal variant.
That's pop, right? Oh, that's
This is a
right.
pop.
Those
Yeah.
are cool, dude. Yeah, I've seen those around.
And then this was
Sweet.
on my wall prior to the
Hey, all
show,
right.
but this bad boy,
Nice.
number 10 of 250.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
So it is a gorgeous print that kind of did take the place of the PlayStation Experience
Cool.
banner on the wall, which honestly I'm okay with because sometimes less is more. But Jason, let's start with you. What you been playing?
What have I been playing this week? Just been doing more of Death's Door, platinum running. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, like, not that far off because, like, since I beat the game and it's not a very long game.
Mm.
So it's just, just platinum running a little bit. Um, just watching, trying to figure out what to watch next. Like, Rona just finished up season 7 of Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Um,
it was good.
it was
It was
good.
just, you know what? I felt a little melancholy
I
because
mean, like,
I just
the
knew
show's gonna end. Like,
the
I feel like
it
the
was
show's gonna end
so-
soon.
Yeah, I think so too, because you
Yeah,
know what? Losing the original voice,
yeah. Kind of
Justin
weird. Justin
Roland,
Roland. Yeah, it's
it's
kind of
just it's
weird.
weird, and that's why I feel like melancholy. Even through the episodes, like season 7, it's still strong. The
Yeah.
episodes are good. It's just you just feel like something's missing, and
Yeah.
like you already know what it is, but like, yeah, it sucks, dude. The whole situation just sucks, and like,
Yep.
I agree. I don't think it has much longer, even though it was signed up for what, like a multiple years,
I
multiple
have no
year deal,
idea,
but
but like, it's all right.
we'll see.
Yeah, trying to figure out what to watch next because I've just been on a like a series binge rather than a gaming binge. I mean, I feel like I need to go back into gaming in a little bit, but
Hmm.
just haven't felt that drive yet. Oh, I'm sorry. We were playing Overcooked too. Me, my wife, my
Oh,
sister-in-law,
really? Cool.
and brother, or sister-in-law and her boyfriend. So we're having 4-player ridiculousness of Overcooked 2.
Oh,
It's kind of
sweet.
fun, dude. Oh, like we're just screaming at each other. Oh, it's good. Good times. Good times on that. Good times on that.
Awesome.
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
Let's see. Still been playing some Avatar, and then I got way into Ragnarok, so I'm getting that third run. Was that my third
Dang,
run?
Jerry.
Yeah, third run done.
Maybe I might need to borrow that from you to try out the DLC because
Okay.
I
yeah,
got rid of
because
it. I got rid of the game.
oh,
'Cause I was
did
like,
you?
oh, well, because I platinumed it, and I was like, yeah,
Oh, okay, I get you. I get you.
done.
But yeah, just let me know because I got Last of Us 2. So I'm already like 3/4 of the way finished with one, so I'm gonna finish one and then I'm gonna start two and do a nice little run there. And
Yeah,
then
I think I might do two. I think I should do two though, because like I haven't had a full run of it. Like I've been getting to a certain point and then
it was good, dude.
just restarting just
Dude,
because I'm
You know,
like,
it's
oh
only
fuck, I gotta
it's a
forget.
$10 upgrade to the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then after that, I think I want to go for integrate. I'm gonna do another playthrough. As I get done with those, I'm gonna try and time it, play integrate as two
You got
comes.
like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not
It's just over a month, bro.
not gonna make that. But yeah, but I'm gonna take
Oh,
my
if you do integrate, you can do it. If you do
yeah.
integrate,
Which
you can do it.
Maybe
shout
I'll
out to
integrate. Yeah.
the FF fam. They
Yeah.
had the reveal
Oh, and
party this week.
shout out to Mallory. We had an anniversary on one of our episodes. One of the first episodes we did with her.
Yeah.
Came out like I think a week or like one of these past days.
Yeah.
So awesome.
But if it's integrated, yeah, you can do it within a month, Jerry. But if it's
Okay.
Integrate, yeah, but you're not
The
gonna be able to do
full game.
but if you do
Yeah.
remake,
Yeah,
I
remake.
no, you're not gonna. You're gonna. It's gonna be the end of time before you finish. So, anyways, man, what you been up to, man?
Yeah,
I mean,
man, what are you-
PlayStation 7 will come out first.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
it's
So anyways,
or you might be able to get it on the Xbox Rebox box. You know,
Oh my god, so annoying.
or in the future, the Xbox coffee pot.
or what else? What else?
Dude, dude, don't put that out there. That might happen. That might actually happen.
Dude, we
The
already
Xbox,
put that there's
yeah.
Spaceballing's everything. You know, it's already out there. So,
Sure. I
I mean,
mean,
next thing you know, it's going to be Xbox to Winnebago.
That's what I said, man. It's the
anyways.
Xbox Rebox box. You know,
Right. So, play-wise, played some more Wonder. Going
Nice.
back, found some levels that I missed in the desert world, so I'm completing those. My Animal Crossing redevelopment is it's now in the stage where I'm just buying shit to finish it off.
Just buy,
Everything's
like
everything is
you're just
in its
buying like, I'll take 2 of those. I'll take 4 of those. I need
5 more wall. No,
need like 5 of those.
I actually started construction on my Mario museum.
Oh,
I've
cool.
actually added it on to my Wonders of the World exhibit, museum. It's just a little piece on there. I set it up so you could have to get to the top flagpole or to the goalpost. You have to go through a pipe. Instead of going up a staircase, you jump in the pipe to go up to the top level, and you can go over and change the flag.
That's funny.
But outside of that, I haven't done outside of those two. I haven't really done a ton of gamings because I did finish. Finally did another full read and finished Ask Iwata.
Oh, cool.
Which is about Satoru Iwata and his career both with HAL Laboratories, and his hand in helping make Smash Brothers, fixing Mother or Earthbound, so it could actually be released. Didn't know that game was in such bad shape that they were actually looking at delaying it for 2 years until he stepped in and said, "Hey, if you start from scratch, we can have this done in 6 months." So, and his whole hand in how the Wii came to be and why it was called the Wiimote and and whatnot. So, and up until his passing, so it's an amazing book. A lot of good lessons in it too, just for daily life and whatnot. And I followed it up with starting Reggie's book.
Oh,
Disrupting the
nice.
Game. So I'm already good quarter of the way through this one already, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing them back to back because the very beginning of Reggie's book starts right after the culmination
cool. So it
of
coincides.
Iwata's death. So the first chapter in Reggie's book talks about the passing of Iwata and going to the funeral and stuff like that, whereas the end of Ask Iwata really talks to like Shigeru Miyamoto and one of his other colleagues about his passing and what the last days were like for him. So it's kind of, they go hand in hand a little bit. So both really good books that I recommend so far. But yeah, that's been pretty much it though. I've just been finishing off the island, just grabbing a little bit of time here and there. The kids are hooked on Pokemon right now. So they're trying to get me to jump into refire up my Pokemon Shield or Sword rather, and start finishing that off. So we'll see what happens. So
Pokemon or Palworld?
Pokemon. The real thing.
Yeah, the real thing. Yeah.
So with that, I want to thank everybody who did Crash Game Night with us tonight. This was your first time checking us out. Thank you for giving us a chance to distract you from your daily life. If you like what you saw, please drop us a follow or head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Follow us on the platform of your choice. Check out our past episodes, including our past guests, like we did mention with the Final Fantasy crew and whatnot. So
we miss you guys. We miss you all.
Yeah.
And with that, guys, just with everything going on in the world, just remember to please be excellent to each other.
That's right, all of my nerds. Everyone, we're going to send out that same message out once again. Let's just spread a little bit more patience, some compassion, you know, a little bit of tolerance here and there. Let's sprinkle some of that, and let's overall just try and do and be better. And yeah, guys, with everything going on with the weather and you know, outside of the US, you know, we all want to try and come together and help each other out, lend out a helping hand, you know, help each other out. And yeah, once again, just be better, do better, and be safe out there. J-Bone.
Yo, just want to tell everybody out there, the end of January is almost upon us. You know, we are at the end. We got one more week left. So 2024 is official, you know. So definitely, yeah, I know, right? This year is a leap year. So, I mean, the reason why we know is because me and Matt were talking about when the release date of Rebirth is, and it's going to be on Leap Day. It's interesting, crazy, you know. Only happens every 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. But just want to say out there, you know, I'm glad everybody is all kind of finished with all the holiday fatigue, I guess it would be the best word to say. You know, holiday parties are finishing. Everybody is going back to their normal routine. A lot of returns are already being returned. If not, then hopefully you have like that last few days to get it done. Tick tock, tick tock. But all in all, just
stop.
All in all, you know, we're 1 month into 2024, so I'm glad that everybody has made it out alive, made it all good. You know, a lot of things to be grateful for already. But as always, as we like to end the show,
are you gonna send it out to yourself?
Is not here. Damn it, Theo. So I'm gonna bring it out to my man, Jason Polidio. Send us out like Theo does.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. TTFN.
No.
Dang! Shots fired. This is weird to be in the middle of mom and dad. It's weird. So weird. The disappointment.
TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, yes. You do that. That guy, you do that, Matt.